It's Queen Boss Lady, and I'm back with part 3 of my testimony slash laying this shit to rest. Because the allegations, it won't stick. The slandering, it won't be held up, not even in court. So yeah, I'm just basically taking you guys inside the courtroom with me. Everything that's gonna be revealed, everything that's going to be, discussed and everything like that. So he literally walks inside her apartment. He was like, lady. He was like, ma'am, because none of them knew my name. And he's like, your kid's in here. She got your kids. She got your kids. And I'm like, what? I have been freely mentoring your daughter, giving her whatever I give my children, and you have my children. And so I go down there, and she's like, oh, they said you was beating on them, and they're scared of you, and they don't want to come home. And I'm like, God, you said these people want me to go to jail or hell, and you know what? You're right. You are right. And so he like, man, y'all just jealous of her because she a good mama. Y'all, get that lady her kids. And so my kids come out, and they got like bags of clothes. So I'm like, this is weird. Where you get bags of clothes from? So my phone rings. It's the other bitch. And I'm like, hello? I'm like, did you have my kids? And you're lying to me, and you had my kids this whole time? And she's like, oh, I'm walking up your stairs now. We can talk about it. Da 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 da. And she was like, oh, they lying the whole time. This woman had my kids. She's like, no, they was living in an abandoned house, and I was taking them food and money, and then I seen them walking down the highway, and all lies. They used the human trafficking woman phone to call the other bitch, and she came and got them. But it was down the highway, like my gang stalking ass neighbor that was gonna chastise me for not celebrating Christmas anymore. That is where she saw them. So I get in the house. I'm like, oh my God, like this is so, like, I'm just glad y'all home. I'm just glad y'all safe. Whatever happened, it happened. Like, I'm literally hugging my kids and kissing them. And they're just like, so I'm like, so basically you had my kids because where did they get these clothes from? She was like, oh, I was bringing them clothes and shoes and stuff like that because they didn't. So they was living outside. Living outside where? Oh, they was living in the back of an abandoned house and blah, 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 blah. And blah. I said, okay, so tomorrow it's dark. Y'all going to take me to this apparently abandoned house y'all was living in. I'm going to get the address. I'm going to give it to the police. And I said, I know that you are lying because you don't want me to call the police on you because they already called your phone and notified you that if you had these kids, you will be going to jail and I will be pressing every charge on you. So she's just like, no, I was talking to them and I was da-da-da-da, da-da-da. I didn't have your kids. I never had them this whole time, but I was taking them food. I was taking them clean clothes and groceries and things like that. But they were living in the back of an abandoned house. And I'm like, you know that I wouldn't want my kids living in the back of an abandoned house. So why wouldn't you call me and tell me that? Oh, I don't know. I didn't think you want to talk to me. So why are you talking to me now then? But these are the people that's considered smart. They're book smart. They got these desk jobs. Well, she didn't have a desk job. She was working at fucking Foot Locker, and that's another reason why she was able to buy her child shoes every week because she worked at Foot Locker. That's where her paycheck went every week. And then she had her grandmother helping her babysit. She had her boyfriend. She had a big family. I don't have any of that. but I'm still able to produce for my children and provide, you know, whatever they pick up in the Nike stores, whatever they pick up. She hated that shit. She literally was hating on me that I was taking care of 4 children by myself, and she was literally struggling to take care of one child. And it's because she was buying her, she like, not all the time, but she would, this is what she would do too. She would take my kids with her to buy her child shoes. I would do that too with my other 2 godchildren that y'all seen on the picture, but I would buy them shoes. I would buy all 5 of them a pair of shoes. So it's like, you want to compete where you don't compare. God is providing me with the funds to take care of these girls so I can mentor them. She didn't understand. So she's like, well, they said they didn't like you and they was afraid of you. Afraid of me? Afraid of me. Okay, all right, so afraid of little old me, okay. Because I demand respect just like you demand respect with your daughter. Oh yeah, I already told my daughter if she get pregnant, I'm kicking her out. Well, I don't feel, I said I don't feel that way about my children. I wouldn't kick my child out if she got pregnant. And where did that come from? They're 12 and 13. But 12-year-old, 13-year-olds can't get pregnant. So, we tried to mend things. And when she left, I was just like, are you guys hungry? I cooked, and my daughter was like, yes, I'm hungry. Y'all, the way she ate this food was like a nigga that had got out of prison from doing a whole dime. In that moment, I kind of did feel like she was living in the back of an abandoned building. I ain't even gonna lie. She missed my food because they cannot cook. So I'm like, we're just gonna work through this one day at a time. I forgive you guys. I'm not mad at you guys. We're just gonna work through this one day at a time. So we're back in counseling. I have notified my daughter's mentor that they're back home and things like that. So she's back getting mentored, but still, they got into witchcraft even heavier. This is when they started to poison my food. This is when they started the chants. This is when they went behind my back. My daughter contacted my mom. She contacted my brother. My other daughter, she contacted her dad. And they started discussing like the plans with the plots, what they're gonna do, and da 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 da. So I just stayed focused. I still was working, and I also was doing nails and lashes at this time. So I remember getting off work, going to pick them up. Big as my kids was, I apologize. I'm not sorry about anything, but big as my kids was, I had them going to daycare. After school, the daycare van would literally go and pick them up because in Houston, honey, you can go as long as, you know what I'm saying? I think up to age 13. So I had the daycare van picking them up from school, and they, so this particular day, I went and picked them up, and my other neighbor, that was, a part of a part of the sex ring as well, sex trafficking children as well, just slithered her way into my presence. Oh, because she wanted her nails done, and she wanted her lashes done, and it started there. That's how it started. That's how I met her. So when I got off of work, she had already booked her appointment with me and things like that. So she came over, she got her nails done and um, got her lashes done, and that's how that went. The next day, she contacted me and she was like, "Oh, I'm thinking there's something wrong with her nail or her lashes." And I'm like, "Hey, you could just come by when I get off of work, I'll fix it, no charge." She's like, "No, it's not da 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 da, I just want da da da." And I'm like, "For what?" So she was like, "You got girls, I got girls. They should maybe hang out sometimes. Just have them some a play date. We'll do potlucks and things like that, and just let them play." And I was like, "Well, that's kind of what we do on their YouTube channel." So I'm like, "If you're okay with your family being filmed, um, we can, I won't mind a play date." And I'm thinking like, this is will be good for them, that because my children was getting also irritated at the fact that I wasn't interacting with other people. That made them very mad. That made them very irritated that all my focus was on them. And because they don't know the agreements that I made with God and the agreements that I made with myself. And I said that I just wanted to focus on my kids. I laid down and had them, and I want to stand up and be responsible and take care of them. If a man comes along and he fits in, then he does. But my main focus is my children and what they want to do, what they want to become, and helping them develop into a young lady and helping them develop into a young woman. I told my children, I am your mother, I am your teacher, I am your guide. I am not your I don't have power over you, though. I don't want to have control over you, if that makes sense to a lot of you guys. And so I agreed. I went to her home, and, she stayed down the hall from me. And at this party, it was like a little house party for them. She had 4 girls, I had 4 girls. So I was like, at this time, you guys, I only listen to church music. I only listen to Christian music. And I was like, well, my kids know I only listen to Christian music. So she was like, okay, fine, Christian music can be played, but I caught her side-eyeing me about it. Get what I'm saying? Pay attention as I describe this devil. And so I'm like, okay, so we had a good time. The girls enjoyed themselves, and they're like, a few rap songs won't hurt, And I'm like, sure, no problem. So she played her rap music, and I'm vibing, because I could switch, I can vibe to anything. You get what I'm saying? Is because I know me, I know my spirit. I know that I won't be easily influenced, but I don't want my children to be easily influenced. So we had a good time, and that was the end of that. But like I stated in my other video, when I was doing her hair when I was doing her nails and her lashes, she was, telling me all her, it turned into a counseling session. No. Yeah, it turned into a counseling session. She basically told me how she was in love with an abusive man, how he broke her nose, how he did it, how he did this, how he did that, how he's, he is denying her child and things like that. So I already knew that we wouldn't be friends, right? But in my mind, I'm like, it's okay to have a play date and let the children play and go on about my way. That does not make us friends. Our children is having a play date. That does not make us friends. So I left that part out. I knew I didn't want to be her friend because of her current situation and how broken she was, how depressed she was, and things like that. And she off the bat like complimented me. Oh, you're such a good mom. I love the way you talk to your children. You have such patience. All of these good things, and it was hate. It was still hate and animosity. So she began to like contact me every day. I am not even with friends. I am not that friend that you're gonna see every day. I am not that friend that wants to talk to your ass every day. Mm-mm. I'm that friend that just call me when you need me and I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna be there for you. Or if you tell me, hey, I need you to be here this time in this place and I agree to it, baby, my loyalty will be there. You don't have to call and remind me. I will beat you there and I will be fair and I will be square. Okay? So she began to contact me every day and I just had to tell her. I was like, listen, she came to my door one day and she's like, oh, can we do, I'm like, listen, you know, she did pay me one particular time to give her a ride to the store, and I did, because baby, we ain't turning down no right money. If I have the time and the space and the energy, and you know your energy is okay, I will allow you to pay me to take you to the grocery store. And this is just based off of, because I care about your little munchkins that you have. Okay, I do have a soft spot for the parents that have children, and I've been there with no vehicle. So she did hit my heart chakra, but you know, she paid me to take her to the store. I took her to the store. I waited in the car, let her did her shopping, took her home. I'm thinking nothing of it. She think we fucking best fucking friends, y'all, in her mind, in her crazy ass, the Lulu ass mind. She think we is fucking Bonnie and fucking Clyde now. And so she comes to my house one day and she's like talking to me about her problems, and I'm like, listen, hold on, baby girl, hold on. I said, I do your nails, so I'm your nail tech. I do your lashes, so I'm your lash lady. We had a play date for the girls to play. That's all that was. You paid me to take you. I had to break it down to you. You paid me to take you to the store. I took you to the store because, you know, I know how it is to be a single mother with no vehicle. Even though your ass could have Ubered there. I said, but I don't think we're gonna mash well together. I just, you're at a place in your life where I'm not at that place. You get what I'm saying? If you need me to be your counselor, I could counsel you, but you're gonna pay me for my time. But where you're at, I'm not there. And I said the whole time that my children were missing, because she had, you know, she knew about it because everybody knew that I was looking for my children, because I was pretty much knocking on everybody's door and I had pictures up of my missing children. I said, if you wanted to be my friend, you should have shown your loyalty to me when my children was missing. You did not come, you didn't send me not one Bible verse. You didn't send me no comforting words. You did not comfort me one time at all when my children were missing. So I would not consider like someone like you like being my friend, but you can book a lash appointment at any time and I got you. You can book a nail appointment at any time and I got you, because the show don't stop. The hustle don't stop, honey. But we will not mash well together. And she looked at me like this, y'all. I'm telling you, all these bitches was fucking psychotic. Every last one of them. It's like God put me in a pit full of fucking snakes. He put me in the belly, you guys. This bitch looked at me like this. And she said, you really do have mental issues. And I'm like, Spirit is like, she's projecting. She's doing, she's trying to do witchcraft on you. She's trying to do word magic. And so I said, I rebuke you in the mighty name of Jesus. Please get away from my door. I said, that won't work with me. Goodbye. And now I got another crazy bitch that's gonna fucking, that's, I'm gonna get you, bitch. I'm gonna get you, suckers. Now this bitch got it out for me. So my children, guess what? They saw it. They said, fresh meat. Now we can use her. So behind my back, my children are reporting to her now, saying that they're scared of me. I beat them every day. I beat them nonstop. Nothing ever about them not being fed. It's just I beat them every day. I beat them nonstop, right? Mind you, if this was true, they would have took my kids from me, because they interviewed my small children too as well. So in the teachers and everybody that knew me. So behind my back, they're reporting to her, saying that this, saying that. She is giving them instructions on what to do, what to say, how to say it. I took the TV from my children and I threw it in the trash, because that's how disrespectful they was being. That's how bad they was being. That's how disrespectful and disobedient it was. I threw the whole TV in the trash. I'm like, look at the wall. Face the wall. My children would do things like dispose of their trash up underneath the bed. And these are girls, but they would do this because I'm a recovered OCD. God delivered me from having OCD, because when you have children, you have no room for OCD. Just clean as much as you can. But they would do this to infuriate me and entice me and provoke me. They literally would eat. Now this is 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds, right? Almost to be 14, almost to be 13, and probably at this time they was 14 and whatever age. Child, I can't keep up with these damn numbers. They would literally just eat, throw the spoon, bowl, all that shit up underneath their bed. They would eat chips, throw it up on the trash, throw it up underneath their bed. Lollipop sticks, throw it up underneath their bed. So I noticed a roach problem, and I do not have roaches. And God is telling me the roaches are due to the witchcraft your children are doing on you. And I'm like, okay. So I began to pray. I'm fasting every day. I'm praying every day. I'm fasting every day. This lady done put a TV and a Roku stick by the trash can, told my daughter, reported back to my daughter, and my daughter's like, oh, Mom, let me go take the trash. And I'm like, okay, go ahead. She comes back, you'll never believe what I found. I found a whole TV at the trash can and a Roku stick. And I'm like, my kids think I'm so fucking dumb. Like, I know that lady put that shit. Like, my gift that I have, my spiritual gift, is telling me that she did that. But I cannot prove that she did that. You know what I'm saying? And this is why they fuck with psychics and empaths and people with spiritual gifts. This is how they fuck with your intellect and your ability to see and know things, right? Oh, Mom, can we please have it? We promise we're going to start cleaning up. We're going to start doing this. We're going to start doing this. Blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, you know what? Give the kids a break. Let them have the fucking TV. So I let them have the TV. And about a week later, my daughter has contacted her dad. But they're still doing witchcraft on me. They're still chanting things. I would go in my kitchen to fix dinner or lunch or whatever the occasion was, and they would be chanting stuff. And this girl is from, originally she's from the hometown of voodoo witchcraft, I think New Orleans or something like that. Yeah, so she's telling them what to do, what to say, and I hear them chanting one day, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? Why won't y'all just talk like how I'm talking right now? It's like, and I've never heard this chant before, this rant before. I have never heard it. Extortion. So that's what they was trying to do to me when the lady was like, oh, you're not gonna send no money. All these bitches, they have the same say and the same lingo. It's all about fucking money. And I was telling my kids, this is all they want you for is money. I never made my 14-year-old watch my children. I never trusted her to watch my children. I went out as an adult 2 times, and the first time that I went out, they was babysitted by my god sister. All 4 of them was babysitted. And I remember going out, and it was just for my birthday. I went out and everything like that. And I'll explain to you the second time I went out. But so she comes to me one day, she brings me the phone, and I'm like, hello. And it's my daughter's dad, and he's like, yeah, I already bought her plane ticket, and I'm gonna be sending for her. And I could just tell, like, in his voice, like, he was aggressive with me. Like, he's like, bitch, I'm getting my daughter from you, you crazy ass bitch. And I'm like, okay, says the person. I have not heard from this man since, it had been about 3 years now. And I'm like, okay, sure, no problem. Sure enough, he sent me the ticket information. I took her to the airport. When I tell you, it was so hard for me. I did not let her see me. I did not let her see me cry. I stood in the pain like a champ. I said, this is what God wants. This is what he wants. And I gotta do this. I gotta let my daughter go. She's 13. I did it this long. 13 years. Sure, he can take over from now and carry her on to 18. And, I'm still going to be in her life. I'm still going to love her. I'm still going to send her money. I'm still going to take care of her and everything like that. Y'all, when she got on that plane and I watched out of the window, I broke down. I broke down crying because I knew I was never going to see my daughter again. Not in the flesh. I knew I was never going to see her again. And don't judge me. Go judge your mama. But this is her baby shoe. I've been through a lot. This is her little baby shoe. This is her first shoe. And it does have water damage, but I don't care. I still have it. And no matter how many times I have moved and left everything, my clothes, shoes, brand new furniture, I managed to still take their things with me. And God sent me an angel that day. I literally broke down to my knees. And I was on my knees. And I was just in fetal position crying. I had to leave my kids up front. They couldn't come back where she was boarding the plane at. So they didn't see me break down like this. And there was I know it was an angel. I know God sent this lady. And she got right down on that floor with me, and she said, baby, it's going to be okay. She going to be okay. And she let me cry and weep. And she's like, get up, you're strong enough. And I got up, and I was like, well, I still got my other 3 kids to live for, and I'm still living for her too as well. I'm gonna, so when she touched down and got with her dad, she sent me pictures, and he immediately went and bought her some food and clothes and shoes. Mind you, he has drug money. I have work money, and I have business money that I make from doing nails and doing lashes. So I go home, and me and my daughter's relationship is getting good. It's getting better. Now, I knew they was into witchcraft because it's like my daughter had a YouTube channel that was taken off. She was making money every day from the store. She was making money every weekend from her bakery sales, and she left all of that to go and be with her dad. So now all the money that's being made is going strictly to my oldest daughter and everything like that. So she's seeing more money and things like that. Catch me over there because I don't want to make these videos long.